Hi everyone, welcome to the Wildcat Rewind, an in-depth look at Villanova athletics, taking you through highlights from the 2019-20 season, where we'll hear from our student athletes for analysis of big moments from this past season. I'm Nick Montagna. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Today we're joined by our women's soccer team, Sam Rosette joining us, the grad transfer who will be in her second year this coming fall at Villanova out of the Bronx, a grad transfer from Virginia, Allison Breed, the rising junior winger from Boca Raton, Florida, and Jane Alcott, who was named for the All-Big East freshman team in 2019 out of Potomac, Maryland. The Wildcats reached 10 wins for the first time since 2009. Got their first Big East semifinal appearance since 2004. As today we'll look at the 2-2 draw at Princeton as Allie Breed notched the equalizer late in the second half. Hi gang, thanks for joining us today. And let's start with you, Allison. You scored the game-winning goal. Let's talk about the intensity of that match. It was like a playoff game. It was back and forth, lots of chances, two talented teams. What do you remember from that match, Allison?
Well, one thing I distinctly remember is we were missing like about 5 of our original starters. And right after this goal was scored to tie it, they actually scored within like 1 second left, and they called the goal back because it was after the time it had actually been scored. So we went into overtime.
Yeah, talk about memorable when there's lots of fireworks. Sam, what was the tactical strategy headed into the match against Princeton? What do you recall Coach Chris McLean talking about when you were traveling to Princeton to take on what's always a very talented program?
Yeah, we were really amped up for this game. We kind of felt like we had something to prove, going back to what Ali said about missing a bunch of starters. We knew that they were a possession-oriented team, and so that's sometimes really hard for us to play against because it's like playing against ourselves. So we knew the only way we could break them down was with quick 1-2 passing and moving it quickly across the field from channel to channel.
Jane, you fit in so well to this program this year, just like Sam said, the great passing, and you did a wonderful job of that this season. Talk about how important it is inside Coach McLean's system to connect those passes and hit your teammates.
Yeah, it's very important. Like Allie and Sam said, this game was just pretty crazy and really intense. This was actually the first game where the staff decided to move me into the number 10 attacking position. I've previously been playing the 8 or the 6, so it was really exciting for me to take on more of an attacking role.
Let's look at the great play. It starts with a wonderful tackle by Daniela Nelson, the holding midfielder out of San Diego. Does a great job to steal the ball. And Sam, as she's able to gain possession, what's the strategy when the counterattack starts for you guys as a team?
Yeah, so as soon as we win the ball, Coach McLean asks us to ask the question of can I? So that means can we break a line? Can we go forward? So immediately Danny does that and breaks their 6th player on this pass to me and breaks that line. And then I do the same thing again. And then going for a counter, we always know that if we have the ball in the 3rd quadrant, we want to get it to the 4th quadrant. So we want to find it on the weak side. So to get it from the left to the right side where Allie has almost no players around her is the ideal circumstance.
Jane, you do a great job moving in space here out of that number 10 role, as you said. Where do you keep your eyes at when you're looking downfield as you accept the pass and you're looking forward and you survey your options? Why did you choose to go in a certain direction here as you saw Allie Breed on the right-hand side?
Well, because Princeton would attack very directly, they would be pretty vulnerable in the back, especially the space behind the midfield in front of the back line. So I just saw a big open space to my right, and Allison was sprinting into the space, calling my name. So I just slotted the ball right in between the defenders, and then Allison took care of the rest.
Yeah. Allison, as we see you here, you stay onside perfectly. You time your run magnificently. How do you know when to time your run perfectly to make sure you stay on sides there?
Well, I had to look behind me to see the left back sprinting, so I knew she was coming in pretty fast.
Yeah.
But then when I looked also to the center back, she was kind of holding herself. So like you can kind of see there, I had to like pause in a way until after she passed it. And then once she got the ball passed, I just knew that the left back was coming in super fast. So I couldn't dribble past the keeper. So I just decided left was the best way. And so I just hit it right over her because she was already diving.
Yeah, you mentioned that the keeper is starting to come out a bit. When a goalkeeper stays back or comes forward and you're thinking about a situation like this, Allison, how do you decide about which move to make? Is it sometimes not thinking too much and just letting the flow of the game and the play happen?
Yeah, well, it's definitely difficult to say like I do one thing
Yeah.
when a keeper comes out, but I like to dribble the goalie just because usually they dive very quickly, and so they're already on the ground. They can't really do much. But here, you can see the defender was sliding in, so if I would have taken just one more touch, she would have just hit it from me. So I was kind of pinned in a one-way situation.
Sam, what do you remember about the celebration of this and how fun it was to tie the game?
Yeah, it was super exciting. We had been like really knocking on the door for a while now, so it was really great for Allie to get that goal. Everybody was really pumped for it, so it was a full team celebration too, which was great.
Jane, lots of fun it was this season. Games like this, you played against high-level competition. It must be just very rewarding when you put in so much work to be able to play teams like this, correct?
Yes, absolutely. The bench was just fired up. Like Sam said, it's a complete team celebration. I think this is probably one of my favorite out-of-conference games for sure.
It was definitely one of mine as well. It was a terrific result on the road to get a draw against a team like Princeton. Our Villanova women's soccer team joining us, Allison Bree, Jane Olcott, Sam Rosette. Thanks, gang, for joining us. I'm Nick Montagna for the Wildcat Rewind, and we'll see you next time, everyone.